Okay, I'm going to carry on. Wait, continue.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.
That's good, it's doing a little recap. It's a bit creepy though, the way you phrased it. Why are we chasing Jennifer? I don't actually know what the premise of the game is. It hasn't really told me. Where did it want me to go? It wanted me to go in the river. And I needed a drowner heart as well. Hopefully there'll be one near the river. I need all these flowers. Wait, where's the thing leading me? Oh, it's leading me the wrong way. North. Should be on my horse, shouldn't I? I'm incompetent at this game. Ooh, that was exciting. Oh, there's been no crashes so far, that's good.
Go, go.
Oh, I see.
Slow.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Okay, so we're looking for something at the bottom of the river. I'm really good at finding things in circles. Oh, that was easier than I expected. Do thorns grow in rivers? That sounds odd to me. Not convinced by that. Am I going up? Summon horse is a pretty good
Faster.
ability. Is that from Shadow of the Colossus? It's a very influential game.
Whoa there, Roach.
With the trouble.
Anyone home? Must be out hunting.
Why are they? Oh, because I haven't examined them yet.
Trail's fresh. His love just left home.
Come on then, Batman, let's go.
You, Mislav?
Hear that?
Wolves? No. Wild dogs.
Yes. More dangerous than wolves.
Dogs more dangerous than wolves? Don't think so.
Truth. Know why?
No, but I guess you're about to tell me.
Wolves hunt to fill their bellies. Wild dogs kill for sport.
Just like humans.
Aye. They've learned much from us. Why not cruelty too?
It's a little on the nose.
I'm hunting bigger game. The Nilfgaardians the Griffin killed. Where'd you find them?
Ah, I see. You a witcher. That monster slayer they's talking about in the village.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you, sure. But, I gotta kill those mutts before they hurt someone. Will you help? That is, if you don't mind blunting your silver blades on them.
Sure. Griffin's not going anywhere.
No. Dogs might, though. So step careful now. Come on.
These dogs been a problem for a while now.
Since the war started, soldier on the march, he'll stop to rape a woman, strangle her, kill her man for a chuckle, even butcher a cow. But a dog, a kick in passing, no more. So these stray mutts form packs. They're gaunt, guts stuck to their spines, covered in scabies, but they just won't die, 'cause they're clever. More so than foxes. Too late. Attacked another one.
I feel like I want a stealth button.
Dieter.
You know him?
We served at the Lord's Manor together, where the Black Army's encamped now. He was a stable hand, I was the Lord's hunter. That was before... well, a long time ago.
Before what?
Before they drove me from the village.
What did you do?
Nothing. I'm a freak. Sorry. I'd rather not talk about it.
I'm a freak too.
Aye, but of another kind.
If it's lycanthropy, I can help.
What?
Lycanthropy. Werewolves. Handled a few cases in the past. It's usually a simple curse that...
The Lord's son, Florian, and I... we loved each other. Dieter walked in on us in the stables. They drove me away. Florian hanged himself. Lord started drinking, and the estate fell into ruin. That's the long and short of it.
I like. It's a bit on the nose, but I like how he just no-sold it. He's like, werewolves. He's like, no, what? What are you talking about? And then just carries on. It's nice.
I'm sorry.
Ancient history now. I was to show you where I found the Nilfgaardians. Come.
Griffin, know anything about it?
Not much.
Level
Not
2.
my kind of game.
You're his kind, though. Survival instincts alone ought to make you care.
I walk silent through.
I'm level 2. I can equip this sword. Oh, it doesn't have a little like a gem slot. Oh, because it's got a built-in ability, 3% sign intensity. Yes.
No griffin can hear me nor spy me.
That's a really specific superpower. Invisibility to griffins. I think I prefer Griffon to Griffin, but I think that's just probably because I was raised on Warhammer.
"'Twas here. One lay there, by the stump, headless. The other hung from a branch, guts splayed, stretching down to... Watch out for yourself now."
I'll be fine. Not the first griffin I've dealt with. Not likely to be the last either.
Hope you're right. Good hunting now.
Am I ready for this fight? Probably not.
Nilfgaardians were celebrating. Griffin interrupted them. Ground's black, saturated with blood.
Hello, Zaru. Based on the way you're saying Big High War Chicken, I'm assuming you're Hansalt. That's my Witcher senses.
These prints are older and deeper, heavily armored. Nilfgaardians, probably.
The Griffin left all this treasure here. Wait, has the circle moved on? Oh, that's confusing. Aha. Oh yeah, the circle keeps moving. Where did those spikes go? Aha. Hold space during the leap to jump up. Oh! Oh, that's absolute pro jumping there. He's got a very wide turning circle for some reason. It's actually kind of clunky. I hadn't really commented on it, but he has a really awkward like if I try and turn round, he runs in a little circle sometimes to get. He's not very good at navigating small spaces like this. He doesn't want that. Igni sign. Yep, there we go. Totally achieved something there. Good. Can I pick that up? Yeah, I can. Yeah, cool. Okay. That honeycomb is fine. It's slightly better when it's been roasted.
At least.
Huh? Somebody killed it already. Is that a dead griffin? Oh, cool.
Corpse is a couple of weeks old. Still alive when the griffin brought him here. Took a long time dying.
Oh, that's a good twist. Now the game's got my
Female.
attention.
Larvae in her wounds have
Oh,
already hatched.
No.
Been dead at least a week. Other griffin must be a male.
Thought someone had already got here ahead of me.
Deep cuts over the whole body. Not a drop of blood on the beak or claws. Didn't defend herself. Crept up on her while she slept. beak tips worn. Gray hairs in the coat. 10, 12 years old. Griffins pair off for life when young. Male must be about the same age. Thick shaft, dense barbs. A royal griffin. Explains why the male I ran into was so aggressive. Hunted the Nilfgaardians down here in the forest first, then started prowling the area. Done all I could. Should talk to Vesemir.
Wait to complete some side quests. And make some potions. I bought some alcohol, didn't I? I wonder what the potion brewing hotkey is. Let's have a look. No. Twitchy mouse. Alchemy is L. Why are they locked? Does that mean you can't change them? Oh, unlock. Interesting. I wonder why those ones by default can't be changed. That's strange. Alchemy is L. Crafting is O. Bestiary is B. That makes sense. So can I now actually make anything? Oh, now I can make spectral oil. It was swallow that I needed, wasn't it? Oh yeah, I needed drowner brains, and I don't have any drowner brains. I don't see anything else I can usefully make at the moment. Okay. Might as well go here, since I'm right next to it. It feels like I've done everything I can to gear up unless there's more side quests.
Magic. A place of power.
Ah, let's see if we can actually do this time. Yeah, there's no indication of any sort of progress bar or anything, so I didn't get the previous one. Where's the character sheet? Somewhere around here. There it is. Ability points, blah blah blah. Okay. Oh, and I've got to read all these. Right, what have we got? Fast attack damage, strong attack damage, deflect arrows when parrying. Sounds useful. Time slowed when using a crossbow. Adrenaline point loss upon taking damage reduced. What else we got? These are the signs. Yep. Increased arc range. Damage weakens armor. Increased sign duration. Quench shield pushes opponents back when it breaks. Like anything which is giving like an ability that does something as opposed to just like a tiny percentage increase in something. Delusion's probably what I want. Increased effect of like any. I always take a conversation option. I don't want to miss out on content. Potion overdose threshold. Yeah, these are all extremely small benefits. Every known level 1 alchemy formula increases maximum toxicity by 1. That sounds useful. Toxicity is above 0. General, can I buy any of these? During the day, vitality regenerates while not in combat. Increase maximum vitality. Each piece of light armor increases critical hit damage by 25%. These seem pretty powerful. Are they the one-off bonuses? Spells can be cast. Can't read this one because the tutorial window's over it. Great. I wonder what that one does. It's called attack is the best defense. Let's hope it's not amazing. I was going to take, which one was it? Delusion. There we go. Ah, I can only slot a limited number of things. Okay, that makes sense. Not sure about that. It's an interesting system. I'm not. The problem with only being able to slot a limited number of things is once you've got a good spec, skill points stop being valuable. And one of the nice things about a skill point system like this is that you can level up more and get more skill points and spend them, and they benefit you. Whereas if you're limited in the amount that you slot, then once you've settled on a build, firstly you're sort of encouraged to beeline that build and spend the points in a particular way of playing, and then avoid deviating from it. But then secondly, like, all of your subsequent points become just like subsequent skill points are often less valuable anyway because you probably chose a good ability in the first place. Depending on how you're playing, probably the second point you spend is worth less than the first point you spend. But then a slot system like this means that past the number of slots you have, that any further points, I mean, obviously they're not worthless, but there's the value of them plummets. Oh, hello, Lux. I don't know whether they're required. Oh yeah, does that require you to spend 8 points in that skill? I guess probably. Doesn't say though. Might be level 6 though. Might just be locked behind level 6. Could be either, I'm not sure. You can't get mutagen effects on neutral abilities. I don't know what that means. Can I slot this yet? Yes, I can. Hooray! Don't know what that is. Don't know where I got it. Wait, I've only just hit level 2 and now I'm almost level 3. Or did I... How did that happen? Did I just get a massive number of experience points for finding the griffin or something? You found a mutagen. What? Open the character panel to learn more. Place mutagens in the appropriate slots to gain a bonus. Select the mutagens tab. Choose a mutagen, place it in the start. Well, I can't now because. Oh, okay. Sure. Mutagens and abilities are marked with a colour. Place a mutagen in a field with at least one ability of the same colour to increase its bonus. If an ability does not match the colour of the mutagen in the field, it does not increase the mutagen's bonus. The increase gained from any other abilities in the same field which do match the mutagen remain. The more abilities in a field that match the colour of the mutagen, the greater the mutagen's bonus. Mutagens can also be useful to brew powerful potions. Right. Okay, so I need a. So I should buy a green ability and slot that. Or, like, if I'm going to buy a green ability, now would be the time to do it, since I'll probably want one eventually. Anything here that I actually want? Does my toxicity always go up when I... If I'm currently under the effects of a potion, will that mean my toxicity is above 0? Or is toxicity only when I exceed a certain threshold? Like drink too many potions? Okay, so I might as well get this frenzy one, this sounds good. That just sounds like a buff that I might want at some point. So let's get that. And slot that in there. Right, and that gives me extra vitality. Okay, so then I want... Ideally I want to make some potions, but there just wasn't... I didn't have many options for potions I could make. I don't feel particularly equipped to like, gear up. Other than just randomly wandering the world looking for drowner brains.
Run, Roach. catch his breath!
Oh, hello. I don't want to. Oh, I don't like at all that I can't loot the bodies in combat. That's the worst. This new sword seems good. Ah, completely unnecessary, gratuitous execution shot. Like looting bodies in the middle of combat is how I avoid losing track of where they are. And I have a special vision mode that should help me find the bodies, except it isn't. I can't see the bodies from here. They were back this way somewhere, weren't they? Yeah, there we go. Wasn't there a fourth one, or am I just imagining it? Gotcha. Is that everything? No. Haha. Torn out page suggests that it doesn't teach me the whole thing, does it? Maybe it does. Let's have a look. What was it called? A chort decoction. Alright, fancy. It's complete resistance. So I can spend a mutagen to make a potion. That seems like a bad deal compared to having them as a permanent buff. Am I misunderstanding that? I guess probably I'll end up with loads of them at some point. Is that what these do? Yeah. Mutagen. Ancient Ekimara mutagen. Suggests I'll find some rare loot off something. These feel like they should be permanent. Maybe they are, and I'm misunderstanding the interface. Oh, the decoctions are permanent, right? Oh, okay. So you can like keep drinking from the same potion. Yeah, I didn't think I needed white honey. Was it the one that yeah, clears toxicity? I didn't think I needed that for fighting a. I've needed a ghost, fight a ghost and a griffin so far, and removing all my potion effects. Oh, right, I see. No, because toxicity isn't poison, right? So white honey is what? It just cancels all my potions if I've drunk too many? Sounds odd. This is the one I want, but I need Drowner Brains for it. I guess I should go to the river. Over here. Yeah, might as well wander down here and see if I can find some drowners. Oh, that's miles away. Don't think fast travel will help though. You wanna follow, horsey? Nope, just wants to go forwards. Okay, sure. I was looking forward to playing some more. That's interesting. That means I enjoyed it more than I realised I did at the time. I wanted to play some more. I find the basic Ubisoft setup of like there's stuff on the map to go and unlock and do. I find very compelling. I didn't like Assassin's Creed Origins at all, but I found it very difficult to stop playing. It was so sort of relaxing and easy to play that I just sort of kept going with it for a long, long time.
Come on now.
Where are we going? Apparently we're not going to the marker. I'm judging the world building really harshly. I think it feels like a game that takes its world building very seriously, like with something like a typical JRPG. I feel like doesn't really take its world building seriously at all. So I don't like I just sort of dismissively say, yeah, well, obviously this game doesn't care about its world building at all, and just sort of ignore it. This game, I feel like it takes its world extremely seriously. So things like there are just drowners living about 10 meters away from a human settlement. Even though that's perfectly normal computer game logic and it would be annoying to have to go any further to get to them, actually drags me out of what would otherwise be a fairly convincing situation. Oh, ghouls. Oh, is this the place I was at before with the roadside shrine that I couldn't seem to figure out how to interact with? Well, I could turn the light on and off, but that didn't seem to do anything. Can't believe this game has loot bags. Because it's marked as Percy said. You know, when you've resolved something, it goes grey. But I couldn't find anything to do with this thing. I assume there's some way I'm supposed to interact with them, but I don't know what it is. Where's the question mark?
Medallion's humming. Place of power. It's gotta be that stench.
Oh, that's a bear. Oh, that's a level 6 bear. Yeah, bears don't like being set on fire, right? I can't save the game. It's fine. Ah, there we go. Now I get the bestiary entry for bears. Doesn't say they're weak to fire though. Interesting. Seem to be quite weak to fire. Where are we going next? Down to the river. Oh, there's a little lake thing over this way. I might as well go that way, see if there's any drowners there. Don't know much about the territorial habits of drowners. Maybe they like ponds more than rivers. Maybe there's something in the river. Oh, yeah. Cavalry boots, my favourite kind of boots. I don't actually know anything about cavalry boots. They just sound cool, so I thought I should get some. Was that 2 sets of boots in that box? Oh no, trousers. Oh, bonus trousers. Is that... What's that say? Is that minus... Oh, they're not fully repaired, is that what they're saying? Right, yeah, okay. Cavalry boots and some hunting boots. Yep, now I'm a cavalier. Double click on an upgrade. Like one of those. I don't want to do that though. Not at all convinced by this tutorial system. It keeps telling me to do things I either can't want to do, or don't want to do, or have no interest in at the moment. Oh, hey Ty. Ah, drowners. Yes, here we go. Why are they running away? Hey. Ah, oh no, they lulled me into a trap. Any of you guys got brains? Nope. Is that not where we get drowner brains from? From drowners? Seems like the logical place to get drowner brains. I'd say I'm thinking too much like a fantasy RPG, but it is a fantasy RPG. Why can't I? Oh. Okay, that's where that's interactable. Sure, okay. I like the loads and loads of alchemy reagents means there's a lot of like impactful loot items to find, which is nice. When you say what area are they based on, do you mean like what real life type of environment? I'm assuming it's Poland. They're Polish, right? These novels? Oh, okay. Wait, so that gives us a drop rate of in the vicinity of 10 to 20% for drowner brains. That seems like quite a poor rate for health potions. I guess I technically only need one of them for the boss fight, but it's not great. So I was talking earlier about I liked the alchemy system because it didn't require me to just farm every plant I saw, but actually this seems to be balanced differently to in Witcher 1 there were only like 3 kinds of plant or something and 1 kind of alcohol. Something like that, and so you could just grab nearby plants in order to make a potion, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. What do you mean by one and done? Aren't one and done? Yeah. I'm assuming I think I only need 1 for the boss fight though, because isn't it like it's a regeneration buff potion rather than a healing. Like it's not a one-off healing potion, is it? I don't think. It gives me a regeneration buff, so I need 1 for the duration of the fight. But I can't. Rubido. That sounds exciting. Mistletoe hand finder. Okay, this is quite like. The UI for it's not very good, but the basic premise that I need to collect loads and loads of stuff. This is presumably some sort of useful buff. It's under. Oh, it's under alchemy substances. Wait, weird. Those mutagens kind of seem like they ought to have their own category, and then that one belongs because these are just like these are just like part-way components, like this one. Whereas mutagens are different. The categorization is weird. Anyway, I like the idea of having to collect lots and lots of different things in order to then make a thing, in order to then make another thing. Like that basic system appeals to me. But this interface is not great. What am I fighting? Okay, so it's not any of these things. A griffin is it a monster? Is that what its type is? Did I get a bestiary entry for griffin? Yes, I did. It's a hybrid. Hybrid oil. Okay, so I can't make hybrid oil. That seems like it would have been like, that seems like a sensible thing to give me to do right now. No, keep opening the wrong thing. Like, not, doesn't necessarily need to give me the recipe for hybrid oil, but like, point me in the direction of making hybrid oil. That seems like a logical thing for the game to do at this stage. So that I can feel like I'm... Because as it is, I don't... Other than making one potion of swallow, I don't feel like there's much I can do to prepare for this fight. And that feels like it undermines that quite cool premise of... Like... You know, which is prepare for fights and go in with buffs. I like the structure of dividing the game. I mean, like, you know, most of what I fought is trivial, but then there's a griffin, and the griffin isn't just going to randomly leap out at me like it normally would in an RPG of this sort, you know, where I just stumble across one on the map and so I kill it. Instead, you know, going and fighting the griffin is a big deal, which highlights it as a boss fight, and it makes sense for me to farm consumables specifically for that boss fight. That's well structured. I can't... That sounds like a really obvious way to structure an RPG, but I can't... Like, MMOs, obviously, you farm consumables for hard content, but also you farm a lot of consumables, so you can... I mean, in RuneScape, you grind for hard content. In a more conventional MMO, you're attempting a boss fight again and again and again with consumables each time. So you need to prepare consumables for that event. But I can't think of a single-player RPG that's structured quite that way, with an emphasis on, you know, distinguishing between the hard content and the easy content and encouraging you to use impactful buffs for the hard content. Maybe I just don't play games that way, but I guess with Skyrim you would drink like a fire resist potion before fighting a dragon or something. But then the dragons just kind of land out of nowhere. So if you don't have the fire resist potion on you, and I guess you probably should, but if you don't, then you can't really do anything. So yeah, I guess it's sort of there. But I really like this whole... There's so much possible gameplay and storytelling in just the absolute basics of, I know what I'm doing, so I'm going to prepare for the event. You know, like that feels like such a really straightforward thing to make use of in fantasy, but rarely made use of. And I like that it's you know, integrated into the core mechanics rather than like a quest step, you know. Although they have the quest steps where he examined the clues about the ghost and examined the clues about the griffin really contributed to that feel. But knowing I'm gonna, I mean, okay, so I don't have the hybrid recipe, but if I did, knowing I'm gonna fire hybrid and then... I'm assuming that the plants grow in specific biomes. Don't mean biome, do I? What's the right word for that? Like, you know, like there's a certain type of thing that grows by a tree or whatever. That didn't work. Oh, yeah, okay. So far the distribution of the plants feels a bit random, but it may just be that I'm not paying enough attention. I was hoping there'd be more drowners around here, but apparently I've saved this village by killing all of the drowners that live right next to them. Right, where am I supposed to be going? Back to Vesemir. Maybe the shopkeeper sells drowner brains. It's odd that the potions it started me with are so unimpactful. Is he angry about that? Yep, that's what I saved first. Okay, so some stuff they care about whether I steal, and some stuff they don't.
With my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover.
Oh, that's Like, it's neat that there's a little recap. It's rubbish that there's a little recap when I load the game while I'm... It should be able to tell if I'm loading from the main menu or not. I don't need a recap if I'm not loading from the main menu.
We meet again.
Thank you for saving me.
Oh, it's this guy.
People
Hello.
say all kinds of things about witches, but I've always known yours to be an honorable guild.
So you managed to salvage some goods.
Yes, but I await the repair of my wagon. As time passes, my losses grow. Do you need something? I'll let it go half free.
What are you selling?
Let me have a look at your stock.
Blinders. And my money's not really accumulating. That's interesting. Okay, there are Gwent. So that Gwent tutorial just really did not sell me on the game at all. But it looks like there are cards that actually do something. Griffin decoction. That sounds like something I want. Although I assume I need to kill the Griffin first to get a piece of it. Dwarven Spirit Griffin. But that does sound like something I would want afterwards. Oh, this guy sells Dwarven Spirits. Is he saying... Oh, that's 240 for all of them. Okay, right. Well, I'm actually quite low on money. I don't need any of this, do I? So it's this stuff, sign intensity. This all seems like garbage, but maybe I can like combine them or something later. Oh, what? No! Ah! I didn't click. Oh well, never mind. It's fine. Whatever. I'll keep the stones. Can I buy those back? Nope. Never mind. How important is it? Is it worth me quick loading? Because I did just save. Like, I do love collecting stuff and combining it. Okay, I won't worry then. Ah! He'll buy my blunt axes. Can I dismantle those, though, to get something more useful out of them, like iron ore? Oh, I probably could have done that with all these swords as well, couldn't I? Oh well. I need money. Yeah, I know the runestones can be used to upgrade armor, but that just didn't seem like a very good one, so I wasn't really bothered. But can I combine lesser ones together to make greater ones later? Oh, right. Oh, neat. Okay, I've got some money that's in the wrong currency. That's cool. I like that. My favourite Skyrim mod is a mod. No, actually, my favourite Skyrim mod is Jenny's favourite mod, which is the one that replaces. It specifically upgrades the texture quality of mossy rocks. But my second favourite Skyrim mod is it replaces the coins because in Skyrim there's like imperial currency. I can't remember what it's called. Septims, and because Septims is just the name of the currency that you just find Septims on everyone. But this mod, I can't remember if this law is in game or just introduced by the mod, but it proposes that the Nord Rebellion probably doesn't use the Imperial Septim as currency, since the whole point is that they want the Nords to be independent, so it has a separate coin for them, and so all of the rebel, I can't remember what their faction is called. All of the Nord rebels carrying a different currency instead, because that's what their faction uses. And then when you go into ancient Nordic ruins, they obviously shouldn't be using Imperial Septims, because it's ancient Nordic ruins that predate the Empire, so it replaces all those coins with like ancient dragon cult coins. And then when you go into Dwarven ruins, I think, yeah, those predate the Empire by quite a long time as well. It replaces those with Dwarven coins, and the Dwarven coins are made of Dwarven metal, so you can smelt them down into Dwarven metal, although you need quite a lot of them, like 5,000 or something to get a bar of Dwarven metal. But it's just, I love that level of attention to detail. So yeah, this is very pleasing that I've got the wrong kind of coin. What else am I doing here? Is this all junk? This stuff can be dismantled. I feel like I want to dismantle it. How am I doing for... Do I have like limited inventory space? Yeah, I do. 18 of 60. Anyway, what am I
Take
doing?
care.
Happened to your mug?
Good man. Whose field is that the other side of the river?
Owen Clinics. Good lad, Master Richard. Though he...
That goose seems like something I could make quite a good potion out of.
Elsa bears her rump for
Or a cow. Cow potion.
Don't you look at me.
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
Been on the path half a year now.
Realize it's been half a year since we hunted down that fiend in Varun.
Yes. Well, that was more than a fiend. What was that bastard's name? Drugan? May the soil lie light upon him. Things used to be simpler. Monsters were bad, humans good. Now, everything's all confused.
Used to be exactly the same. You've just forgotten.
Do well not to point up my age. You're near a century old yourself.
Got good news and bad news. Good news first. Captain of the Nilfgaardian garrison knows where Yennefer went.
And the bad's that we have to kill the Griffin for him. What else could he want from two witchers? Go on. Tell me what you know.
Griffin's abandoned its lair. Gotta make a lure, set a trap.
And how's that going?
Learned some things. It's a male, had its nest in the Vulpine Woods. The Nilfgaardians burned the woods down, killed its mate, smashed their eggs. Thought they'd fixed things.
It's always the same. Instead of sending for a professional, they try to do it themselves, only end up making matters worse.
Got the buckthorn.
Ought to work like a charm. Powerful scent.
More like stench.
City boy. Rotting meat, manure, piss, standard smells of the countryside. Remember Tredegor? Hunting that Zoogle in the trash heap? You spent half the next day bathing, scrubbing yourself.
How can I forget?
I want
You ever
toasted
gonna stop
marshmallows.
bringing that up?
Fine. If everything's ready, say the word and we'll get to work.
Oh, toasted marshmallows is nigh impossible to eat while live streaming a computer
I'm
game.
ready.
That is a bad
No
combination.
point in waiting. Let's find a good spot to ambush it.
Picked one out already, other side of the stream. There's fields and a grove. Plenty of room and far enough so no one will get in our way.
Good. Meet you there.
Okay. Oh. Oh, I just learned a new learned to create an ingredient. Yep. Oh, it's suddenly learned me a new an Endrega embryo. Where did I get one of those from? Has it just given me one, or did I have it already? Cortinarius, Dwarven Spirit. What does Thunderbolt do? Increases attack power. Okay, sure. You have a witch potion, but you must equip it. Alright. Should probably get some I should probably make that what was it called? Swallow as well. What was that one? Tawny Owl. Accelerates stamina regeneration. I see, yeah, okay, yeah, so they give me a total amount of... I can only have a limited number of buffs applied. That's, I mean, that's good. That's a really good system. That's the same as in The Witcher 1, I think, but it's like... I like that they've put so much thought into the buff potion system. I mean, obviously it's not like the most spectacularly complicated thing in the world, but like there's just little elements to it.
Like crickets. You're chewing. We'll swallow
limiting the number of buffs I can have active at once encourages me to think about which buffs I should use, and use the correct ones for the situation rather than just using all of them, which is like you know, the conventional MMO situation would be activate all the buffs at once. Which that's tricky actually, because that's kind of like the opposite logic to the skill thing that I was talking about earlier. So no, maybe that demonstrates I was wrong earlier then. So if the maybe the objective is that, you know, if I know I'm going to fight a griffin, so I go and equip all the skills that would be useful for fighting a griffin. If the content ends up that way, then that would justify having a skill system that means I can only have a limited number of things equipped at once. On the other hand, though, you can just design the mechanics so that they work that way implicitly. Like, you know, if this is a boss that, like, it's tedious to have to go and slot my heavy attack skill so that I can defeat a boss that's best defeated with heavy attacks, rather than just equipping it. You know, like if I've spec'd for heavy attacks, if I've purchased that skill in the first place, it might as well just work if I've chosen to use heavy attacks on this boss. So I'm not... yeah, it depends on the implementation, really. It's too early to say because I haven't seen it in action. And I don't have enough skill points for it to matter. You get 3 doses of the potion, then need to rest for it to replenish. Oh, so the...
A stream, amber waves of grain, charming place, perfect for an ambush.
I know how to choose them. So, ready?
Let's start. Wind's good. Bait's scent will spread quickly.
Now all we have to do is wait. Come on. We can cower in the shade of those birches.
So tell me, once we find Yennefer, what'll you do? Got your eye on a contract?
No. I'll go to Kaer Morhen.
Little early to settle in for the winter.
Snows are a way off, yes. And that's what worries me. Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Puts them maybe a week's march from Kaer Morhen. If they reach the valley before snows can cover the passes, well, we need to cover our tracks, hide our paths. Speaking of winter and wintering, think you'll come this year?
Maybe. Might bring a guest.
It's close.
Let's go give it a warm welcome.
Wait, take this.
A crossbow.
Won it in a card game while you ran around.
Why do I not have a
Might
crossbow?
come in handy.
I guess that's the difficulty of, like, because I've been praising and I do think it's good. Like it's been making it clear how experienced I am and how knowledgeable this character is, and obviously I started level 1, and that's just a contrivance of the way level-based games work. Oh no, it's not, is it? Because doesn't Mass Effect start you at like level 30 or something? So this being The Witcher 3, it would be purely cosmetic in effect, but they could have started like level 30 with a small set of skills unlocked, and then progressed from there. It doesn't have to reset to level 1. But yeah, he doesn't. He seems like something. I just remembered Resident Evil 1 when Jill is the master of unlocking things, but Barry is the one with the lockpick for some reason. I found a lockpick. Like she's an expert lockpick, but for some reason she doesn't carry a lockpick with her. Anyway, it feels very much like that, right?
A witcher with a crossbow. We breaking with tradition?
Stop talking. Got a griffin to kill. Watch out!
Set the crossbow.
It's about to dive!
Probably. Okay, that's definitely a reference. Come on. Put my sword away. Get the damn sword out.
It's fast. Don't let it get away.
Oh. I was trying to lock onto it. Does the crossbow automatically lock onto it? Okay, that's cool. Yep. No, I'm assuming that wasn't too hard because it was on easy, but...
Not bad. Not bad. Though you could stand to improve some things.
For example?
Upward vertical strike. It's too obvious. But more on that later. Take the Griffin's head to the Black Ones. I'll ready our horses. Meet me at the inn.
It's definitely a way to loot this corpse somehow. What? Oh, I've got infinite bolts. Okay. Ah. Ah. There's brains over there for some reason. Let's start. Where am I going? Up there. There's no fast travel on the way. Yeah, I can use that egg to make an omelette, a griffin omelette. I'm assuming. Why else would you put an egg in your game? Oh, wait, there's a fast travel. Was I just right next to one? Now, I was looking forward to not compulsively looting every single herb I came across, but now I'm compulsively looting every single herb. Oh, well, I guess what's all? Hmm. Oh, he said to report back at the inn, right? Oh, isn't that where the Oh no, I absolutely love compulsively looting everything. It's just it just doesn't make for a very good live stream. Like if I was just playing by myself, I'd probably just wait. When I played was it Saints Row 4? When I played Saints Row 4 for the first time, after I just first learned the ability to jump, I spent the next 3 hours just wandering around the city collecting the agility collectibles and not engaging with the core gameplay at all.
What the hell is this?
Right.
You take me for a blind man or a fool? This grain is rotten.
I didn't know.
So, a fool. Damn it, you never learn. Military Codex, Article 2, Section 3. For the delivery of defective goods, 15 lashes with a knout. Make it so.
Oh, no, no! By the gods, no!
Oh, Peter.
What?
Guess you've dropped your good uncle act.
It was no act. I extended a hand to these people. They spat on it.
Could it be because it held the sword that killed their loved ones?
Tja, a moralist. And what would you do in my stead?
Wouldn't ever be in your stead.
Tell me why you've come.
Fulfilled my end of the bargain. Your turn. Where'd Yennefer go?
To Vizima.
She was a day's ride from here the whole time? Under my nose? Might have said so.
Yes, I might have. But you would not have killed the griffin. Tit for tat. Halt! We are not done. It's yours, this gold. I would not want you to say you were inadequately compensated.
Why would I even want what? Why?
Please, no more.
Ah!
They seem like exactly the kind of development team that would script a very specific number of lashes.
Non-humans. Please, no more.
I definitely prefer this genre of like grisly, quote realistic fantasy over more epic or heroic fantasy. Like we talk about that in RuneScape a lot, right? Like the medieval period. It was not a nice place to live, and there's a kind of sanitized version of it in modern fantasy, which is really misleading.
Are you here to spy or haggle?
I'd like you to craft something for me.
So I can get him to dismantle all my stuff, I think. No items. Oh, that's moved upgrade, right, sorry. So can I get him to remove these steel ingots? Oh, but it costs 60 gold to do that. Isn't that more than the price of a steel ingot? Hang on. How much does a steel ingot cost? Does he have any? Yeah, steel ingot costs 12. Am I misunderstanding this somehow? That seems crappy. I mean, I realise it's a broken axe, it's not really supposed to be a useful item, but that feels oddly balanced. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I can disassemble that for one. That seems more appropriate. Yeah. Sheepskin. I don't know whether I need any of this stuff at the moment. I can scrap my steel ingot into iron ore, that seems a bit weird. No, it's a bit unsatisfying if I can't demolish this stuff myself. To just, dismantling is just a nice thing where I can just, you know, it's lovely to feel like you've got value out of the stuff that you've collected. I guess it conflicts with the realism of the situation, right? But then it's unrealistic to be scavenging hundreds of swords by one person anyway. Oh, I didn't actually check the shop.
Show me what you're peddling.
Do I want to buy any more runestone patterns? I don't think I want these. I presume I can get those elsewhere and they're not like a precious resource. Yeah.
So long.
Is there there's no fast travel at the... is that the alchemist shop or is that something else? I don't know, I guess I'm riding there though.
Faster.
Oh!
I assume the weather and time of day is tied to quest progress? Drowners. Is that a third? Is there not a third lootable object? No, annoying. Weather is random, okay.
Move it.
Hey, friendo.
What happened?
Monsters! Monsters from the swamp! Folk said the road was fraught with peril, but I wouldn't listen. Got my comeuppance now.
Less moaning, more details. What happened, and how can I help? And remember, I don't work for free. Witcher's code and all.
Well, was on my way to the Black Ones to trade. Suddenly my horse got spooked, ran clear off the road. We hit a bump, I went flying and the horse and cart rolled on. Then I heard bubbling, neighing, slurping. Something came out from the muck, devoured Asher, hooves and all. No doubt my goods are still on the cart. I'm too afeard to go and see. Thought maybe you... I'm most concerned about a little box. Bring it to me. I beg you.
Fine, I'll go. Let you know if I find that box.
Sure. Oh, I have one dose of swallow left, don't I? Yeah, I need to remember to do that one. Wait, hang on, I didn't actually track it. What did I do?
tracks. Rode off into the swamp. Here's the cart. Cart's riddled with arrows. Interesting. I should take a look around.
But drowners don't use arrows.
An arrow. Didn't mention this.
Oh, no, that's not right. Yeah, you want to roll around? Roll around in the water? No? Am I just going to die? Is that how this works? How do I put myself out? We're just on fire forever now. It was an explosive barrel, I think. I don't see an obvious way to put the fire out. Eat some bread. I can't roll. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, I can. I can't roll because I'm not in combat. Well, I'm just gonna die. Okay, that seems brutal. I mean, obviously exploding barrel next to yourself is pretty funny, as mistakes go, but I don't feel like it should just kill you if you survive.
Cart's riddled with arrows. Cart's riddled with arrows. I should take a look around. An arrow. Didn't mention this.
Yeah, there's an explosive barrel over there. Luckily, I never learn from my mistakes. Imagine just leaving honeycomb, not picking it up. Can't even imagine.
Square in the neck. Good shot. Either the merchant's got serious memory problems, or he's lying.
Anything else to loot here?
Must be that box he mentioned. Splattered with blood. Human blood.
Was that a drowner brain? I think that was a drowner brain.
Not good.
Ah. Oh, yeah, of course I can't roll without my sword out. Yeah, that makes sense. Any more loot here? Some of these drowners just don't seem to drop loot balls, which, given the low drop rate of the drowner brains in the first place, seems a bit mean. Meditate. Unless I'm misunderstanding this interface, it seems to default to meditating for 23 hours. Strong alcohol was used to replenish alchemy items. Oh. That's annoying. Because I was going to give that dose of swallow to... Did it use... Oh, that feels... the balancing there feels kind of awkward. Because did it consume one alcohol to just... That should definitely have given me a choice as to whether I wanted to do that. Yeah, the trees bending in the wind is lovely, isn't it? I can't remember ever seeing that in a game before.
Oh, and you find the box?
No, what? Be right back.
No, I do want to save. You gonna let me save, game? Okay, let's try again.
Oh, and you find the box?
Yeah, found your priceless chest. And someone who looks an awful lot like a cart driver, with an arrow through his neck. No dryads in these swamps, and never known a drowner or a water hag to use a bow. So lacking any other suspects, I'm guessing.
Watch out! Behind you!
There's nothing behind me.
It's good face
I'm a
animation.
witcher, I'd have heard it. Just like I can hear your heart, which is pounding, like a liar's. Best hope you're a better writer than you are a liar.
Oh god, I'm on fire again. Well, let's hope that doesn't last. Did that work? That did work. Hey!
Gotta get him out of here. Wake up. See? Can't run from the truth. Not even on horseback. Now who are you, and why'd you attack that cart?
Private First Class John Giermer, Temerian 6th Division, 2nd Regiment. Disbanded, but still active. Underground, in the woods. That was a medical transport. I'd be damned if it reached the Black Ones. And the medicine. Our lads could use it too. We've many ill among us. You let me go, and they might live, and fight once more for a free North.
I kind of feel like Geralt would be a bit non-interventionist here, because it's not really any of his business, right? Like, this guy was a soldier attacking other soldiers. He did try to trick me, though.
Fine. Go. And may you and your soldier buddies hiding in the bushes be victorious in your struggle against Nilfgaard.
You've a vile sense of humor. But you're a decent man. Here, the gold I promised. Use it well. Drink to the Silver Lilies, and to Foltest's memory.
I didn't see any real justification from stealing from him, but that doesn't mean that I support his... There's an awkward problem there, right? Like, the dialogue... it presented me. It's an interesting problem with the morally grey choices. Like there was no obvious correct answer there, but the dialogue assumed a motivation on my part which I didn't have. That wasn't why I chose to return it to him. But the I mean, I'm assuming it's not keeping track. It's why I don't like systems which keep track of like your character's opinions or something, because like that isn't my opinion. But as long as that dialogue doesn't actually mean anything or have any consequence, it's fine. But it is a bit awkward. Are those dead bodies out there? Oh, hello, ghouls. Alright, sure. Wait, what are they running from now? Oh, I need to put the bins out.
Have you drove off all the monsters then?
Just sent Grandad out for some joy first.
Are they scared of me? What's going on? Why are they scared? I guess they must have seen combat recently, so they've gone into like scared peasant state. Oh no, there's a monster up there. What's that monster? Is that a dog? Oh, okay, so lootable objects are marked on the map. That's good.
Greetings.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Bonus experience. Oh, I've got a trophy. Oh, I guess I should do something with that.
Farewell.
Where do I equip that? Did I get a Griffin trophy as well? Or did I hand that in? Where do I put... Oh, I've already got a trophy. What's that? Oh, is that the Griffin trophy? Oh, okay. 10% chance to dismember. 5% bonus experience. Ooh. I'll go for the bonus experience. I'll think about how much bonus experience I've missed out on due to not equipping that. Oh my god. Oh, I've got a letter. I've already read it. Have I? Oh yeah, right, yep. I need to pay more attention to this because I still don't entirely understand what I'm doing or why I'm chasing her. I have important news, we must meet. Ride to Willoughby. Okay. Alright, so she wants something specific. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that because I was a bit distracted by the unicorn. That's, yeah, I mean there's a comment worth making there, right? Like, it was making a huge deal about the joke about the unicorn, which actually really distracted from the core point of the plot. Oh man, dead rabbits. why there are so many dead rabbits, but I'm not going to complain. Hey, what's this?
What now, you
Oh, neckers. They goblins, I guess. Oh, they dropped mutagen. Oh! What? They dropped mutagen? I guess that makes sense. They do seem to be mutants. Okay, I'm into that logic. Hello, Theo. Yeah, I'm playing Cool Guy Sword Game. This isn't Cool Guy Sword Game. Cool Guy Sword Game is Dark Souls. Dark Souls is the only game I played where there's a button specifically to put your shield on your back and wield your longsword in two hands, and I love it for that. Oh, all the herbs near the herbalist have respawned. Okay, that's why she didn't mind me stealing them, because they have a respawn time of like 1 minute. Problem is I don't know what I need or why. Oh, I guess if the potions replenish, then I don't actually need to farm up more of the same material?
Winds howling.
I don't understand the system yet. I've had a lot of opportunity, Theo, to refuse quest rewards for some reason, which I did not take because I am not a paladin in this game. Kind of obviously. Okay, buddy.
Yes?
Oh yeah, I need a...
Farewell.
So I have swallowed. Let's see what this does.
Yes?
So I guess this kind of counts as a tutorial for making Swallow. It's like, it's sort of informal, but it's sort of encouraging me to make that specific potion. Which is
Got
good.
a potion for Lena. Swallow.
First sign of spring. Symbol of rebirth. Fitting as names go.
We'll see.
I think Igni is
like I
AoE,
said,
yeah.
Could harm her. Deeply. Works on me immediately. But I have a faster metabolism. Effects won't appear in her case for a few days.
Why'd you choose this in the end?
Decided it was better than doing nothing.
I like you, Witcher. Here. A small gift. For giving a damn.
Yeah. Got a lot of stuff.
Yes?
Cursed oil.
Got any herbs you're willing to sell?
I'm sure I can find something.
Oh, the shield on your back in Dark Souls doesn't protect you at all. The point is that you can use your sword two-handed, so it changes your stance, and with some weapons, it actually makes a real difference. Like if you, it means that, like, because often in games you might want like a strong two-hander to make powerful occasional hits, or like a fast one-hander to make quick hits while you protect yourself behind your shield, like depending, and it lets you choose between the two using only one weapon kit, which is great. Yeah, I should probably buy these, shouldn't I? I bought some of them from her last time. Oh, a Noonwraith decoction. Wait, did I buy Griffin decoction already. No, I didn't, did I? Yeah, I should probably buy that now. Okay. Her Dwarven Spirits are slightly more expensive than the other guys. I think they were like 48 gold. Oh no, he said half price, didn't he? Yeah, they were less than that. Yeah, they were like 20 gold. I should go buy stuff from him. Okay, so I can make a blue mutagen. Which I guess I might as well. And then I can make these. I know a variety, right? So I need a. I've got a Griffin mutagen, but I don't have any of this other stuff. Bryonia and Dwarven Spirit. Oh, did I use all my Dwarven Spirit? I thought I had some. I didn't get a Noonwraith mutagen from the Noonwraith I killed, though. Oh, okay. Bryonia and Dwarven Spirit. Does she sell Bryonia? Can't remember what it looked like now. Wasn't it red? It's kind of irritating that they have a good. Oh, it's like a pink gem or something. It's a flower? Gem? Like a pink brain-looking thing. Is that it? Oh, that costs 1. Okay, I should buy one of those. Wait, what am I saying? It costs 5. I can do maths. I understand. And a Dwarven Spirit I should buy from the other guy, right? Because it was cheaper. Okay, right, yeah, so I can't, so I can never make Swallow. I have Swallow already. That's neat. Is the same thing true of oils? Or the oil, no, the oils are presumably one use only. Oils are the same, so I should make, so if I can make an oil, I should make it, because then I just have it forever. Is that true? And then is it consume 1 alcohol to every time I rest to just basically, but that no, I'm not at all convinced by that, because that should really allow me to spend the alcohol to regenerate them. Because otherwise, if I use like 1 charge of Spectre oil, then if I have 1 charge of Spectre oil, then it will consume an alcohol to replenish everything by the look of it, even though all I used was 1 charge. I mean, I guess it encourages me to use either everything or nothing. But yeah, that's. I guess it discourages me from using meditate to just heal randomly, but at the same time, I shouldn't be discouraged from meditating because a game system is gonna steal my materials. That just no, I don't like that at all. That's very off-putting. Anyway, but I should make these oils, is what you're saying. Sure. What does this one need? 1 Wolfsbane. She's probably got that, hasn't she? Yep. How much does that cost? 8. Seems like a bargain. Not going to worry about anything I can't actually make yet, though. I'm still baffled by this, like, combining random other alcoholic drinks together to make a specific alcoholic drink. Why does it need an empty bottle? I guess you need the bottle to decant into, but I've got 2 bottles here. That's weird. Do I get back empty bottles when I use? I bet I don't, do I? No, I've got 1, so I'm guessing not. Oh, I'm not pleased by the fidelity of this simulation. If I drink a bottle of alcohol, I should get back an empty bottle. If empty bottles are going to be a resource, then I should definitely get an empty bottle whenever I use something that comes in a bottle. Very unhappy. And they care about their world building we're talking about. Anyway, I'm done.
Farewell.
So what was I gonna? So I need to make the griffin thing. I need to go buy some dwarven spirit from the guy over here. I'll just run to the fast travel point. Okay, so I was wrong when I was wrong the first time. I was wrong again. So actually I was right the first time, but by complete coincidence. I don't need to collect vast quantities of every alchemical ingredient I see because I only need to make potions, make each potion once. That's also interesting. I don't know. Because isn't the fantasy that you want like that the core mechanics are like, ooh, I know the perfect potion for this. I'm going to go and farm up the materials for it on site. As opposed to, like, I just already have all of those materials because I just pick up everything I ever see.
Let me have a look at your stock.
Don't know. Oh, no, it was 48, okay. He's giving me a discount of 2 coins. Man, come on. What the hell? Should I buy these Gwent cards? I feel like I probably should. Seems like the game wants me to. I'll give Gwent another go. I'll buy these cards. I need 1 dwarven spirit. I need to sell some stuff. Okay, so the blunt axes were not worth disassembling because it costs more to disassemble them than it does than what you get back. But I wasn't clear on this other stuff whether it was worth disassembling or not. Because I don't know what the stuff I get from it is used for or whether it's useful. Pure silver, what's that worth? 6. Sold for a significant sum. 6. That is not how I would use the word significant. Oh, I can sell all these things I've picked up. Don't think I'll worry about saddlebags just yet.
Take care.
Nope, that one. So now I can make a griffin decoction. Have a blade oil. Drag the oil to the slot. I don't really want to at the moment. Oh, hi Percy. Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, yeah, it's a neat take on alchemy that they're effectively permanent buffs. It does all feel okay. So it feels a little undeveloped though, because so I started out like it feels almost like okay, so they're effectively not consumable, right? Because they're limited. They're like charges. They're like major powers in 4th edition D&D. You know, like they're buff powers that replenish on resting. And that's fine, but then at that point, it seems a bit archaic to have them be all on individual hotkeys that I have to push. That seems very odd. Like, why not just have them, like, you can have up to 3 potions equipped, and the potions that you have equipped are the 3 powers that you get. Something like that. It feels a bit clunky having to then actually drink them, because it doesn't actually matter. It's not a major part of the game. 1%. Nice. Is the same thing true of Samum? Does Samum also recharge? Oh, there was a wasn't there a thing that I never got? Yeah, a place of power that I never went to. Ah, see now I'm thinking like so okay, because we're obviously about to move on. Should I go and clear out all these question marks on the map? Normally I would.
Your gran told me about Smithfield. Lad went missing one day, so what happened to your mate? Started poking him arse.
It's not got
So
one of the simplest and most effective things an RPG can do. This is like the first level, right? This is effectively the first level. And one of the simple things an RPG can do is give you like an armor set to complete or something like that. Like you can move on, but instead you can grind out like a full set of armor or a like fill all the slots on your paper doll, for example, if you didn't start with everything.
Slower.
And I don't feel like I'll be getting like if I ride around and get all these, I'll just be getting like random loot objects. Doesn't feel like I don't feel like I'm working towards a coherent objective like that. An RPG I really loved at the time. Whoa, hello. I'd gone back and played it and it doesn't really hold up, but Dungeon Siege 2 was actually really good. I don't know why they're attacking me, they're just like, I don't care if they desert. Seems unnecessary. It's brutal. Feel a bit bad about that. Oh, they had some hunting moments. Okay, I'm fine now. It's a harpy. Is that unlocked a page in my bestiary or something? Oh, Neckers. Hello. They're a kind of ogroid. Of course they are. I don't know though, like if they're a group of deserters and like literally anyone comes near them, they just attack and try and murder them. What's their game plan? What's their long-term game plan for survival? I don't feel like they've thought this through at all. How do I get to the top of this hill? Oh, okay. I saw something blue. Was that significant? Oh, it's Wolfsbane. Alright, okay. Well, I just bought some of that for the princely sum of 8 monies. Oh. What? That's not the way up. From this place. Is it just a... That is weird. It's a really weird level layout. Maybe it'll be clearer from the other side, but I don't really understand what this giant wall is actually accomplishing. Oh. What? I'm so confused. Why are there just cliffs everywhere? Let me in! That is such a strange piece of level design. What was that even there doing there? Luckily my horse is vastly better at navigation than I am. I mean, Skyrim solved this problem by just letting you walk up ridiculously steep inclines. So it looks absurd, but it's fine, because it just means you can navigate the world, right?
Go, go.
It's just like the way onwards or something, and I've just... Oh. I'm just trying to get back to a place I've already been. So confused. Why is it forcing me to go through that gate? I'm genuinely baffled as to what's going on. I don't really understand.
Medallion's humming. Place of
Okay,
power.
and this is the ghoul nest that I was looking for.
Ghoul nest. Ought to just destroy it.
Does that work? No. Oh, aha. Okay, don't throw a bomb at the nest. Oh, that makes it's fair enough. It does make sense. Does make more sense to place it inside than to bung it at the outside. Fair enough. Yeah, I did have an experience of what. I was playing Subnautica Below Zero recently, and I spent like an hour trying to find a way into this particular place. Got completely lost. I managed to lose because I hadn't saved. I managed to lose like 3 hours of progress because I spent so long trying to find the place. I managed to break the. I managed to get to a piece of geometry I shouldn't be able to get to. I spent a long time. Trying to jump out onto the ice, fire myself out of the ice out of the water like a penguin up onto the ice. Finally found a place where I could do that, which allowed me to get to a place that it turns out I wasn't supposed to get to because I managed to get outside level geometry and couldn't get back into the level again. And it turned out there was I eventually, after playing the entire game, then went back to try to go to this place that I was clearly supposed to get to right at the start. And turned out the way in was really, really easy to find, and I just missed it. And found this incredibly difficult way to find instead. Alright, now where do I want to go? Down there, to the crossroads. One fork leads to Vizima. Oh, this looks like where I'm going to be coming afterwards? I'm really confused. Odd. Oh, mark the... Yeah, Theo, you really need to unlock RuneScape mounts. Come on.
magic. A place of power.
That's making me feel like I haven't unlocked the space of power now. I have, right? It's grey on the map. Oh, I can still... Wait. No, I didn't. I didn't do it. What? I'm confused. Or is that a temporary buff? I'm so confused. Do they give a permanent buff and a temporary buff? So I got a permanent skill point, but also there's a temporary buff to give me a specific sign intensity bonus. Alright, cool, okay. Yay, RPGs. I don't know, it's fine. This game, I mean, I guess it's probably worth commenting that this game loses a lot by not allowing me to customize my character. Like, I mean, obviously it's the entire premise of the game, so I don't mean it as a criticism. It's the choice that they made is to make a game set with this IP focused on this character. So obviously there was no decision there to make. But I'm not, you know, a Witcher fan. I'm not evaluating it as like someone who wants to play a Witcher game. It's just it's up against other generic fantasy RPGs for me. And so when evaluating it in that regard, I'd rather make my own character. I'm not a serious role player, but I'm a very casual role player who sort of, you know. But I like the sense, I don't so much develop complicated characters with moral frameworks and stuff that determine how they make decisions. Because, I mean, honestly, there's never been a point doing that, because I don't think I've ever played a computer game that actually supported that. But I do like the sense of ownership you get from like naming your character and choosing their look, and you know, it added a lot to Mass Effect. Even though Mass Effect, you know, does the absolute bare minimum of like your character comes with a name and your character comes with a job and comes with a pretty standard look and it always uses a gun and stuff. You don't have very much control, but being able to choose their face, and I guess technically you could choose their first name, but it matters so little that I guess it doesn't really count. Oh, I just run all the way past the question mark I meant to go to. Damn it. Teach me to pay attention. Percy said, RuneScape is you make your own character, but the writing isn't written for specific credit. Yeah, I mean, people complain about it, but I guess the RuneScape player character has sort of developed a personality over time. I think anyone who doesn't like it, I think is probably it's totally fair to not like it. But we've tried to maintain a sort of consistency with older quests by having the player character be a little bit of a dum-dum. Like, they're very easily tricked. They're quite happy to just do anything anyone asks of them, regardless of how ridiculous it is. But yeah, they're not like... But then this game I find a little confusing. Because I mean, again, I haven't read the books, but I'm assuming Geralt has a relatively strong personality. I'm assuming the question of whether or not he would refuse quest rewards is one that you could answer by reading the books and working out what the character would do. He doesn't, based on what I know and of the TV series, he doesn't strike me as the kind of person that would refuse payment. But the game seems to think of itself as a more conventional choice-based RPG, where Geralt is very gruff, but otherwise his personality is up for me to determine. Hello, Toilet Bowl Spirit.
Ought to just destroy it.
Oh, but I've run out of some. So if I rest, it's going to restore my stuff using alcohol. Do I have any alcohol though? Don't know. It's under alchemy. Some is it? Yeah, Alkahest. Okay, so Alkahest is going to be used to restore my 1 charge of Swallow, which is why I didn't want to use it the previous time, because I knew I only needed to use... annoys me. It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Why does it default to the time before rather than the time after? Is that all I get for that, like 20 XP? That's garbage.
Come on.
I'm assuming destroying all of... Oh, you can loot? What? Oh, yeah. What? Goddamn, treasure. Oh, I didn't loot the other one.
Slower.
Better go back.
That's it, Roach.
Doesn't want to go down this hill. Good work, Geralt. I like to start a fight in style by just riding into a ditch at the start of it. Oh, it's more deserters. Is this the right sword? Yeah. It's good that they've got different cross pieces. It makes it very easy to visually see which sword you're using. That's nice. Did I just pick up a rope ladder? Oh, so where was that other ghoul nest that I destroyed? I feel like they shouldn't go grey on the map if I haven't looted them. Because the, like the treasure chest, you know, like that bandit camp didn't go grey when I killed the bandits. It went grey when I looted the treasure chest at the heart of the encampment, which is obviously the actual prize. How odd. Hope it's still looteable.
How you like that silver?
Oh, was this the same place I couldn't get up to last time? Can I still not get out? This place is baffling. Go around there, probably? I guess it is a defensive fortification, so it's fair enough that it's hard to get up to, but it's a very confusing piece of level design. What is... This tiny bandit castle is my Everest now. It doesn't look hard to get up to. I'm so confused. I don't want to jump down there because that's going to take me back to the place I was stuck at before. How the hell do I get up? So like a secret passage in this bit of ruin or something. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there's white. That's marked white, which presumably indicates that's for climbing. But I couldn't. There's no way I could get up there. Oh. Bandits calling themselves Temeria soldiers are hiding in the nearby woods. They've been declared outlaws and a threat to the Emperor's subjects. Society is sheltering them will lead to the fullest extent. Oh, this is where I came through. Yeah, this is where we came through at the start. Right, okay, yeah. Because I think I read that when I first started. Does anyone know how I get in there yet? Keep going left. Yeah, I did, and I went round it again. Like, it's just round here. You can't get up here. Oh, I could go a bit further around here. I think that drops me down somewhere I don't want to be, though, doesn't it? I think I'm now down again, stuck down. Don't think that's helped at all. There's going to be loads of really good treasure in there as well. Go round on the bridge. Cross that bridge there. Good, good. I don't think that'll help, but I'll try anything at this stage. Because now I'm just nowhere near it, right? Yeah, it's over there on an isolated bit of land. I don't think being up here helps me, does it? Does it? Oh, maybe it does. Aha! Yeah, good call, Bridgeman. I was getting confused. I thought that was the same. Oh yeah, there's two walls, weren't there? Right. Okay. Well, I just punched him. It's fine. What am I supposed to fucking die for? Temeria? Dar died for that. So did my three brothers. And what'd that get them? Fuck all, that's what. Not even a decent burial. Dar always said a wise man learns from others' mistakes. So here I am, learning from his. And instead of dying for Temeria, I'm going to rob those who killed Temeria's sons. We've pitched a camp, got us a great spot, middle of the woods, near that old mill. Now we're all set to go out on our first raid. Yeah, okay, I think that's a legitimate explanation of why they're hostile. I think that's fair. What did I just get there? Interrogation report. Oh, I don't want to read all this. I feel like I discovered while streaming Stellaris that just sitting and reading out law books is not a good way to play the game. Well, that was a quest item though. Was it like started a quest or something? Okay, so where was that other ghoul nest that I blew up? There was one there. I don't see another one. Wasn't there? Oh. Oh, was it there? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so back to Cackler Bridge. It's going to have some sweet treasure in it, probably. Yeah, use of language is interesting, right? I mean, like, yeah, I think they... I don't know the etymology of fuck and whether or not it's common in a... I mean, obviously, I mean, it's right. It's a fantasy world, right? But it's obviously modelling itself on a quite realistic medieval world. So I think it's a reasonable analysis for it to say, like, you know, there's a whole lot of ridiculous Shakespearean language in this game, and it's reasonable to ask, like, is that actually what someone would have said in the time period this game is trying to create the impression of? And yeah, you do get these weird little anachronisms. That's why Commander Ziliana bothers me. I don't like that Ziliana's title is Commander. Cackler Bridge. Yeah, supposedly Dam and Drat and stuff were all quite offensive when they were first introduced, but I don't know much about whether that's true or not. As a teenager, I learned that historians are not above just making stuff up or like wondering whether something might be true, and then like, you know, pop culture then sort of absorbs that as a known fact.
Draw from it.
Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Thank you for that, Percy. Oh, 3 skulls. God damn.
Giddy up.
Commander is a relatively recent title, as far as I know. Wasn't Commander originally a naval title? I think. Like it was like a naval title in the Renaissance era or something. So it's not medieval and it's not military. Well, like not like you know, army military. And it's, you know, and it's not that big a deal, right? But I mean, that's what I've been kind of, you know, where I've been criticizing the world building of this game. It's been for sort of elements that as in the case of the language point, like that draw me out of the impression it's trying to create. I don't want to rag on God Wars too much, right? But I don't think it's fair. I think it's fair to say that when God Wars 1 was being written, they probably didn't do lots of historical research in order to determine what the most appropriate title would be, you know. I can't remember how to do a heavy strike. Like this? Oh god.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, as with the example of different cultures having their own currencies, right? That fits for me in that same category of like compelling world building, which is based on real world. It doesn't matter. Realism isn't quite the right way of looking at it, right? It's like, what I like is that a lot of detail and thought has gone into it. That's what I'm looking for in my world building. So it doesn't have to be like true to real life is one way of doing that. You could instead. Now, I mean, I will say, having lots and lots and lots of made-up nouns is not great. So like my eyes started glazing over when at the very start of this game, when they were talking about, you know, such and such a kingdom has done this and that and the other. Like I stopped listening because it doesn't, you know. That sort of detail is kind of meaningless. When it's become more clear that there is an attacking nation and there's a defending nation, and at that point, you know, learning the names of those two nations is quite relevant to the situation I'm directly in. So I might as well remember those nouns. But if it's just sort of general world building, So in that regard, I'd rather have like I'd rather that the blacksmithing was copper and tin and iron and coal than, you know, Zingardium and Lugarbium and so on and so forth, because those words are like, yeah, as you say, like if they're short and easy to read, right? You're having to do, it's good UX, right? You're having to do less work in just understanding the game world if it's based on real world logic. I mean it's a minor point, but I think there's also something to be said from just learning, you know, a lot of people learned from RuneScape or some other fantasy RPG that copper and tin makes bronze. And I think there's something to be said for that, right? I think that's meritorious As obviously, learning how bronze is made isn't super valuable, but it is at least a real-world applicable fact. Like I was playing Subnautica with my daughter, and she now knows all of the names of all of the Subnautica fish and plants, and that is not useful information for her to learn, right? Like she knows all this useless knowledge now. Eventually, she'll forget it, obviously, but and it's obviously it's entertainment. It doesn't matter if it's not intended to be useful, but it's a nice thing that a game can also do. So I think it gets bonus points if it does, But then obviously once you get to steel, you kind of run out of real world metals that have any applicable use, which is why almost everyone goes straight to mithril and adamantium and etc. etc. Back in the camp, brought heaps of plunder. Messenger arrived, caused quite a stir. They immediately organised a group to transport the chest. Didn't move the case that far away, just to the abandoned hut near the old mill. Every man in the camp has been drinking since yesterday afternoon. If we attack now, we'd obliterate them. Too bad the commander only sent one man to the outpost. I'll try and sneak into that. That seems to be telling me about it is telling me about a quest. Oh, okay, so these question marks have quests at them. Okay, good. Took her for that. Oh, but they're not. That's interesting. So I feel like a quest marker should be on the map, even if I don't have it active, right? Like my active quest is there, but my inactive quest should also be on the map so that I can just wander over to them if I'm nearby. Treasure hunt. Collect them all. Complete your collection of Gwent cards. Yeah, sure. Scavenger hunt. Find diagrams for all the elements of Viper school gear. Read the report. Find Colgrim's remains. Oh, there is an armor set in this. Oh, okay. No, see, now I'm excited. I think it's a good thing about RPGs. I don't mean this as a criticism at all. I'm so much more excited to finish this set of gear, assuming this is going to let me like unlock the ability to make some armor or something, or weapons or something. Crafting legendary. Geralt found while traveling the downtrodden lands. Geralt found clues about the location of a set of diagrams for craft. Did I? Oh, was that the thing I didn't read? Motivated by curiosity, he decides to pursue this lead. Yeah, cool. That's really exciting to me. Like, I'm really motivated to do that. Much more so than I am to find Yennefer and see her bum again. I mean, well, Percy, you say there'd be way too many markers on the map, but there are already a lot of markers on the map. Yeah, you can do different kinds of steel, but at that point you're like what you're basically dealing with is carbon content and preparation process, right? And there's not in a fantasy context. I like the D&D conceit of alchemical steel is quite good. Oh, it was alchemical silver, wasn't it? Where they've introduced a little bit of silver into it, so it's still hard, but it's useful for killing werewolves. I thought was fine. Some games do that with the silver coating, don't they? It's like silver coated steel, but you'd presumably have to keep replacing it. But yeah, like molybdenum, for example, that's heat resistant, isn't it? Molybdenum. So you can make, and that's just not. So my fantasy setting, I did a bunch of research into this stuff, and I was trying to come up with so I was trying to use uranium. I really want to do uranium. I think uranium would be an amazing fantasy metal because it's really dense, it's really hard. No, hang on, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's really dense, it's really hard. It flakes off and self-sharpens. Now, I think that probably wouldn't help with the sword, but it sounds cool. So, you could sort of squint a bit and say, yeah. And also, it would just, assuming that it was, not pure U-235, it would poison anyone that you damaged with it. So, like a fantasy world where there are, large deposits of uranium around, I could imagine them mining it, it would be an awful job to mine uranium because you'd keep dying, right? I've done the frying pan quest. I did the frying pan quest. It's here. Where is it? Frying pan, spick and span. Right. Anyway, so what am I doing? I need to find Colgrim's remains. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to go check. You see, because if there's a quest nearby, I want to do it. Okay, so there's one over there, so that one's over there. Find the deserter's cache using your Witcher sensors. Yeah, I should be able... Okay, I should at least be able to choose to mark multiple quests at once, because I... As it is, I don't know where any of these quests are, so I don't know how to... Okay, they are actually both quite near me, coincidentally. Yeah, and using the uranium weapons would be a terrible plan as well. My horse, because my horse is off the edge of the world. Okay, fine, sure. Anyway, yeah, but other than uranium, I can't think of any other. And uranium, you really have to, like, squint to make it work. But if you were an evil empire, right? That's what I was imagining. Like, you're the evil empire, you recruit slaves to go and mine the uranium, and then you equip it onto your, like, shock troops or your slave soldiers or whatever and force them to use it, because it's really dangerous but very effective. Whoa.
Not good.
I use the swallow, actually. Is that what that does? Is the swallow actually healing me? Oh, just very, very slowly. But yeah, sorry, anyway, yeah, my original point was, yeah, you can't, assuming you've got a progression RPG and metal tier as a part of your progression, you do eventually get into made-up fantasy words. Which is, and it's unfortunate, it is less good at that point, right? Like upgrading from bronze to iron and upgrading from iron to steel is actually really cool. And then upgrading from steel to made-up fantasy word isn't as cool, unless you could do a lot of work in like world building in order to. Yeah, I noticed that, Percy. I hadn't noticed it earlier, and yeah, it's been really helpful. Scroll notes. I feel like I need to read this now. Things are going better and better for us. We've pitched camp in the heart of the forest near the old mill. Wait, didn't I read this already? Oh no, and I've already done quite nice for ourselves. Folk are poor, they say, but squeeze them and something pops out. Sack of grain. At least we've got something for our bellies. I can't remember which quest that was now. Sweat and blood. What's this? A veil hangs between the world men see and the one they cannot. This veil blocks the dead from the view of the living, and the living from the view of the dead. Some mages can break through this veil and communicate with the dead, or else summon them to the world of the sun for short periods of time. This is the art known as necromancy. Dead can also break through the veil and enter the world of the living on their own, yet unlike the necromancers in doing so, they are not driven by reason and will, but thoughtless, irrational need. This need arises from powerful emotions such as regret, longing, or wrath. Very often these emotions gain their power by being invested in a material object of the dead individual while he or she knew life. Oh, I knew that already, didn't I? Okay, so what they're describing as the veil there is basically exactly like how I've described the boundary into the Shadow Realm. If anyone's paying attention to their Shadow Realm lore. I think of it as the Shroud from World of Darkness, but it's the same thing. The World of Darkness saying is so good, by the way. Oh no, Bloodlines 2 ended up trash, didn't it? Oh god. Because they fired the lead writer or something, and everything sounds very troubling. That's a shame. Sorry, Zaru, what were you saying about being impactful? I didn't understand the question. But yeah, you could do, if you do a good job of world building in the first place, then I think you could make metal seem quite exciting. Obviously, it didn't end up happening very well, but that's what I was trying to do by adding a little bit of extra lore to the RuneScape metals. Although, you know, I mean, honestly, given the way RuneScape works, and how, you know, a lot of people's first experience of fantasy metallurgy will have been RuneScape at a young age, I think. I mean, well, and also because, you know, Mithril is from Lord of the Rings too, but I met a lot of people probably played RuneScape before reading Lord of the Rings. As weird as that sounds to me as someone who's too old for that. if you tell a cool story about, you know, more so than I did, if you tell a cool story about how the you know, the dwarves found this incredible metal and it was the absolute foundation of their society, and you know, they made a huge deal about it, and so on and so forth. I think that could then make those. That could then make that gear upgrade much more exciting, because you. The thing about iron and steel is that you don't need to do the world building because it's already part of the world. You don't need to explain iron. Although you can do. I mean, that's what like Bronze Age fantasy can actually do a really exciting job with iron being a kind of almost mystical. You know, if it's a Bronze Age setting and everyone's used to bronze, like steel can seem almost... You could do a story where you have effectively magical swords, but they're not magical at all. They're just made of a real-life metal, which is incredibly impressive. Yeah, you guys all played RuneScape before Lord of the Rings, yeah? You don't think they had steel metallurgy in the Dark Ages? Yeah, they did. Well, it depends what you mean by Dark Ages. Well, the Roman Empire is in the... I mean, so it's the terminology is slightly I assume you know this, Lux, but there's a slightly misleading... there's a slightly misleading use of the term iron in a fantasy context. We distinguish between iron and steel in fantasy, where steel is better than iron. But actually, there's no such thing as iron in that regard. Like, actual iron isn't useful. But, like, what they make is, like, not very good quality steel. And when we talk about steel, what we usually mean is, like, just better quality steel. But iron and sounds cooler than poor quality steel and fine quality steel. But yeah, the Romans used iron weapons. My understanding is that actually early on, like in the early Iron Age, iron weapons weren't better than bronze weapons. Like bronze, although most fantasy progression systems have bronze, like iron is just better than bronze. That wasn't actually true historically, but iron weapons, once you had the technology to be able to smelt iron, iron was easier to work with, and because you could cast it. No, you can't cast a sword though, can you? What am I talking about? But it was more plentiful once you had a furnace that could create it. It was more plentiful, and I think it was easier to make somehow. Am I in the right place here? This is not something this camera handles very well. Oh yeah, I am in the right place. Whoa. Ah, did I just throw a bomb? Yeah, I did. Huh? No, I keep pressing the wrong button. I want Ard. Nice. An enhanced saddle? Sounds amazing. I found the deserter gold? Locked. Key required. I don't have a key. What? Geralt followed the instructions mentioned in the notes and found the deserter's cache. What a rich find it was. What? Yeah, so like Percy's saying in Percy Jackson his sword is made of celestial bronze, right? But then yeah, in the context of Greek culture, bronze is awesome. And actually, like a well-made bronze Greek sword would probably have been better quality than a mediocre iron Roman sword. Because bronze is harder and stronger than iron, than bad iron. That feels confusing. Can I just smash this? Presumably not. But the fact that the quest completed, is there like a generic key resource and I just don't have one, or is it like a specific key? Because it feels like the quest shouldn't have completed until I opened this specific chest. How confusing. How did I get some... How are those different? 4 armor, 5 armor. But they're both hunting gauntlets. How strange. Oh, I've got loads of swords now. Oh, my inventory's almost full. It's just coincidence that I happen to have hit 60 weight, exactly. It seems like a bug. What seems like a bug? Like not having the key? Or the fact that the quest completed even though I hadn't opened the chest? How strange. I might Google it. Hang on. What was the quest called? It was called Deserter Gold. Deserter Gold key. Yep, that is Google is autocomplete, so it suggests that there is an issue with it. Lock chest key needed. I found the key on a body on a nearby riverbed. Temerian, weird. Okay. Is there a fast travel point anywhere around here? Because it looks like I should probably go and unload my gear. Yes, there is. Okay, but so there's a... It sounds like that's not a bug, but that's really strange. So I just need to remember where that was, because I'm not going to be able to find it again, am I? Like hell, I'm giving up the contents of a lock. If it's locked, it must be super duper valuable, right? Even more valuable than a ghoul nest. I can't even imagine the riches that would await me in something that's more valuable than a ghoul nest. Yeah, I imagine a key doesn't have any weight, so I don't think it's related to the inventory.
Greetings.
Man, this guy really needs a right-click open shop option. Oh, winds me up. Oh, this is going to be useful, is it? No! God damn it! This is not a great interface. That's cleared out most of my inventory. How much is this stuff weighing? Are the huge numbers of herbs like weighing me down? No, 0. Okay, so crafting components don't weigh anything. If an iron ingot doesn't weigh anything, I imagine nothing does. So what is it that's still weighing me down so much? Is it this shit? Yeah. All these leather pelts and things. Wolf hide. Food and drink doesn't. Okay.
Take care.
Okay, I'm gonna try and figure out what this key is then. I'll say figure out, I mean Google. I got. That's another thing I like. I made my peace with. Just like I used to be incredibly obsessive about like figuring stuff out without using a guide, and eventually I was just like, nah. There's a question mark by the river. Oh, okay. Which way is north? This way. I still, I have a go, but what I eventually realised was that I had so many experiences where I didn't feel like the developer was respecting my time. Like my efforts to do it properly were being defeated by some bizarre illogical nonsense. That eventually I have to sort of, the moment I start getting frustrated, I'll just look it up. This is not a witch's natural environment. Okay, so don't try and dodge while on a bridge. Got it. Am I taking too long? Am I taking too long, Percy? So like I think there is some logic here, isn't there? Didn't the note mention like a treasure chest in the river or something like that? So I think there's some logic to the fact that the way it wants me to do this. Temerian Special Forces insignia. Do you think I'm going to drown if I read this while I'm underwater? Probably not. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, how do I get to the book now? Temerian Lily Key, blood-soaked military orders. Read. Men preparing this missive are to be escorted north to the border post near Oxenford, where they will find a Redanian division waiting for them. Everything they carry is their own private property and is to remain in their possession. Okay, don't feel like that's helped. Find the lost Temerian treasure. Is that going to point me back to the other place now? Oh, okay, it's a different quest. I guess. I mean, okay, so like but I would have faffed around for ages trying to figure out how to open that chest, and it looked like a bug. And that's kind of an example of, I mean, it's not atrocious design, but it's not a very good design.
Come on.
In general, like I would say, anything that makes the player wonder if it's bugged is probably not ideal. It's cool to have two quests overlap, but those quests didn't feel like they overlapped in a very logical manner. Like, interacting with the chest probably should have triggered a quest. It didn't necessarily even need to tell me where the key is, but it could just comment, I don't know where this key is, maybe I'll come across it, or something like that, to indicate to me that it wasn't bugged. Yeah. Very strange. Okay. Yeah, no wonder we're losing this war with cowardly cunts for soldiers. All it took was a few hours and a wallop of the mace for seasoning, and that was that. The battle was over, the whole convoy was ours for the picking. Maybe they were having such a hard time with it because of all that vodka they were carrying. Take everything and fence it, except for that showy parade shit. You have to bury that. Okay, so that's the Temerian insignias, presumably. It's not a patch on the old dwarf quest, this one, but then I guess it is just a secret treasure quest, so that's fair enough. Alright, Let's just get these last couple of question marks done. I need to stop soon, I think. I think I might not be this completionist in the next map, or maybe I should do this stuff offline or something. That's probably a better idea, actually, isn't it? Go around and clear all the question marks out while I'm not streaming. Oh. Okay. Oh, this one doesn't need the old hard thing. Did he die? I don't think so. Hello, Wolfie. I feel like there should be something should pop up on the screen telling me I got a skill point, unless I was just looking away at the time. Did something pop up? I don't think it did. No, because I haven't done it properly again. This is so confusing. What am I doing wrong? Is the Wraith not dead? Maybe the Wraith went down here? Oh, yep. Can I see in the dark? Aha. Personally, I really like rarity colouring. It's something I'd like to have in RuneScape. I like that we don't really have consistent rarity colouring. We have a variety of different systems. Like Treasure Hunter uses a system, and different pieces of content use their own random systems. We don't have a consistent like. Yeah, Viper Skull. Oh, it's going to be. Is it going to be swords? I was hoping for a suit of armor, but I guess swords is good. I found all the legendary diagrams. Certain complications there is no way but to keep. I stopped to rest at the village. Invoked Temerian common law regard demanded a trial by ordeal. And to cleanse the baronet's family crypt of wraiths. Ah, what a loser! What, he just came down here to kill one wraith and failed? I can't remember what I was just saying. I'm sure it wasn't very important. What was I talking about? Can't light this one? Seemed to be anything else lootable in here. I thought there'd be more treasure. I guess I did complete a quest, so fair enough. Aha! Yes! What are you saying? What's legendary? You mean like, yeah, there's a problem with a progression RPG. You mean like a rare in one tier is worse than a common in the next tier up? Is that? Because I mean, yeah, that's a basic problem with any
magic.
But it's not unsolvable. You just need to have that clearly understood. And I actually think like, you remember. I mean, like, so I arrived at Jagex. Dungeoneering had just come out. My first update was like the first patch to Dungeoneering that added extra puzzle rooms. And so I was there for that. Was like I wasn't for when God Wars came out and made Dragon no longer best. Do any of you guys remember that? Was there a big outcry over that? Were people like, oh my god, I farmed up this Dragon equipment and now it's bad? Like, was that a thing that happened? Because when Chaotix came out, that was exactly how it went. Like, people were genuinely angry that the gear that they'd farmed up this point to be best in slot was no longer best in slot. Yeah, and so like actually like RuneScape didn't have a progression system like that built into it from the start, right? So that idea, like I think in most RPGs, the idea that a level you need to decide in your mechanics, you know, how many item levels is rarity worth. Like if a common level 1 item is a common level 2 item the same as an uncommon level 1 item, for example. That would be a sensible way of doing it. So it's just like each point of rarity is like an extra item level. That sounds to me like a very sensible way of arranging your gear. But you know, you need some relationship like that. And then it shouldn't, you know, it shouldn't then be surprising when you eventually do replace your blue level 1 sword with a white level 5 sword or whatever. The main friction point of Chaotix was that they were essentially free. Yeah, no, I can see that, because they were, yeah. Was it the
power should draw from it?
Because almost everything in RuneScape is at the time was so. It's no longer the case that everything is tradable. Was it the case at the time that everything was tradable?
Ghoul nest.
Was there anything untradable prior to Chaotix? Because yeah, that is a big deal to suddenly go from I can have anything in the game by buying it to I have to specifically grind Dungeoneering to get best in slots. It's controversial for 2 reasons, I guess. Oh, sorry. Anyway, my original point was going to be I'm a big fan of item quality coloring. It's like, I think well executed, it's fantastic, because when you see that color pop up, like blue or purple or whatever, or gold. My favorite is the gold from Diablo 1. The first Diablo had uniques, and the uniques were gold, and because it didn't have a modern font, it had a bitmap font, meant that they could do a really cool looking gold. So wait, did we take this out? I can't remember. Is it still the case that members and free items in RuneScape have different colours? I don't even see it anymore. Is it? Is it still the case? I don't. I could stare at it and I genuinely can't remember. Yeah, so that was me. I didn't implement it, but I requested it because we were asked to distinguish between. The producers wanted to make it clearer what was a members item, so that free players could see members items more clearly, and people who were on their membership trial. It was when we first introduced the membership trial. Oh, did they change it to blue and orange? Because it was supposed to be grey and gold. No, I think, yeah, no, I think that is, it's a kind of bluish grey, right? And a kind of weird beigey colour for members, right? Yeah, those are supposed to be silver and gold. That was what I asked for silver and gold, but we couldn't, we can't do the sparkly highlighting and stuff to make it look silver and gold. So it didn't really work. And honestly, I think like all members items is too big. I think making all members items be gold is it's not special, right? Because almost everything good in the game is a members item, so it's not helping. But it's a really good piece of UI to have a special item be signified to you very quickly and easily by simply seeing the color. Like Fallout 4, for example, does it with a little star, and I think it's I don't think that's anywhere near as good. Like legendary items should be coloured a different colour, and that's really exciting. The reason I bring it up is I'm not sure it's a good fit for this game. I keep talking about the world building, right? But like, I don't feel like this doesn't like, especially because I started with a bunch of stuff in my inventory that was called like master item. What was it? I can't remember now though. But it didn't feel. This is unimmersing me. I feel like I should be like looking at these swords and thinking about the quality of the steel and stuff, not just going like, oh, loot beams. Yeah, loot beams is a similar idea. Yeah, loot beams is doing a similar idea. Although loot beams, I mean, like in RuneScape, items are kind of unique, right? Like good monster drops tend to be unique items. Like they have a specific name. They're not just like, yellow pants of killing or whatever. They're Tassets or whatever. Bandos Tassets. Bandos Tassets? I'm getting confused. Yeah, Bandos Tassets. Whereas, and all the loot beam tells you is something good has dropped. It doesn't, like, when you're looking at your loot window, it doesn't show you what would be cool, what would be a neat looking weapon, an item there. This is like, yeah, like, so here, like a repair hammer, an amateur's armor repair kit is labeled blue. That just feels like a misuse of that UI concept. I mean, this one's yellow to signify that it has a buff on it, which is fine. So that obviously stands out against the grey ones. Like, there's grey armor, then there's blue armor, and then there's yellow armor. That's fine, I guess. Although I think these are just regular cavalry boots. Aren't all cavalry boots blue? So that's not really telling me anything. Or am I just imagining that? Oh no, there's the cavalry gauntlets that are grey. Okay, so that is a blue item, which is fine. It doesn't have a suffix, but that's fine. It doesn't need one. This one's got a suffix, which seems to be what yellow means. This is just a bomb. This appears to be a standard piece of equipment that I kind of have to make and have to have equipped at all times so I can destroy ghoul nests with it. I guess you could argue that that's blue because it's a special piece of Witcher equipment, and because it's a kind of unique special item, it's blue. But that's just confused me as to what blue means on my interface now, because now my inventory is just full of blue stuff, and I don't know why it's full of blue stuff. Oh, that's Jay! Oh, I've just got who you are, Jay. Hello. I didn't know who you were. Hello, Jay. How are you? You've been streaming with Paul Gower? I saw on your Twitter. Sorry, I've been talking about, like, I worked on this, like you didn't work on it. Oh, sorry about that. He used to work at Jagex. His most memorably, what was it you hosted? And you were really good at it. I was incredibly impressed. You hosted something in like a. Can I fight underwater? Is that a thing I can do? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Yeah. You hosted something in like a spangly jacket, and you were really good at it. Can't remember now. Crossbow. Does a crossbow work underwater? Wait, is my crossbow not equipped? Oh no, my Samam's equipped. Oh, okay, that's effective. Oh. Seems a bit weird that the crossbow bolts are so effective against silver sword enemies. But fair enough. Crossbows get stronger underwater. Oh. It's a special kind of silver underwater crossbow. Guild Wars 2 at least had the decency to give me a harpoon gun. Oh, in the Christmas video, you mean, Jay? Yeah, that was pretty good too. I still watch that video every Christmas. My kids don't know the real lyrics to any of those songs. Yeah, it makes sense to use the crossbow underwater. Well, sorry, I say like it makes sense to give me a weapon underwater. It's just a little unintuitive because the crossbow's not. I don't think a crossbow would a crossbow work underwater. I guess it might in the short term, but it would be terrible for it. Like the wood would rot, and it would. I'm not convinced by that. Now I'm in the middle of nowhere. God damn. So, Percy, are you worried I'm going to miss something before I Are you worried I'm going to miss something before I move on to the next part? Thought I might go and see if I can craft those sword plans that I just made. Well, we're not going to read White Orchard yet, it certainly seems like it. I think we might not actually, it's quite late. I ought to get to bed ready. Yeah, next time I'll hoover up all the question marks when I'm not online. I'm going to be away all next week anyway, so I won't be streaming for I may be streaming tomorrow night, I'm not sure yet. I need to get packed and everything. Wait. Oh, god damn it! Oh no! Oh no! How long ago was that? $10 ago it auto-saved. Oh no. Do you think I can just kill all these guys? No. No, we can't just kill all these guys. Wait, what's happening now? I lost some money. How much money? Didn't have very much money. I don't know how much money I just lost. Should I load? Guess probably not.
The Emperor shall guide us straight to Novigrad.
Oh well. Live and learn, right?
Are you here to spy, or...?
I'd like you to craft something for me.
Oh, where are you going, Jay? Oh, actually, you don't have to say that on a live stream. Was it Viper Steel Sword? Oh, what does it need? A leather strap. Oh, it's green. Oh, that's fancy. Look at that. Wait, wasn't there a set though? I thought the whole point was that there was a set. Where's the silver one? Oh, it's under here. Right, okay. Yeah, nice. Oh, cool. I wonder where I got emerald dust from. Can't craft it. Why not? Yes, because I don't have a leather strap. Can I make a leather strap? No. I can just buy one from him. I could also disenchant. Just trying to understand how this dismantling system works. So this is so this is where we're at. Right, okay, so I could get a leather strap by dismantling this deer hide, which I could also sell for 40, so no, that's a terrible deal. Or this old sheepskin. I'm getting this distinct feeling that dismantling is not useful. Leather straps, thread. Yeah, it seems like I should just buy it. Okay, craft. I assume I'm going to replace this fairly soon. Oh, I need 2 pieces of silver. Can I do something about that? Silver ingot, silver ingot. Could use 5 silver or 2 silver ore. What's the betting he doesn't have 5 silver in his inventory though? Ah, it's exactly 5. Okay, nice. That's a bit more expensive, but I think that's fair enough. Oh no, I don't have enough money! Oh god damn it! Okay, hang on. What have I got that I can sell? Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh! Ah! I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm going to load, and then I'm going to sort all this shit out. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think it should be this easy to accidentally sell the wrong weapon. Because I've done it like 4 times now. That's my UX tip for the night, right? Anything that makes the player go, no, 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 after they've done it like 4 times. It's probably a problem with the UX of the game. I mean, obviously there's some responsibility on the player, right? But that's where it's like, do you keep doing the same thing again and again and again?
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard with my dear friend Geralt.
Let's find out how long ago this autosave is.
The sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but
Can't
now
skip it either.
Place of power. Should draw from it.
So where was that autosave? That was ages ago, wasn't it? Oh, it's not too far back, right? Okay. Was that just after I'd killed the ghost, or just before? Oh, it was okay, so I just need to kill the drowners in the lake again. That's not too bad.
Ghoul nest. Ought to just destroy it.
No, Lux. Alright, I'll get back to where I was before, and then I'll stop, I guess, because it's not too far back. Okay. Remember to quick save. Can't quick save. Too many wolves. Still can't quick save. Still too many wolves. It's odd that these things are like so dangerous they get a red skull above them, but then you can just kill them in 2 crossbow shots. That doesn't... the balancing there is a little strange. Oh, there's a boat to signify that there's treasure. Okay, so what's the plan this time? Don't try and steal everything in the tower. I mean, there's a UX point to make there as well, right? Like, I don't like the Elder Scrolls system where you just like you go to a place and you just pick up like 700 items. I don't really like the ethos behind that. It's fine, like it's fine. It's not there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like it. But in Skyrim, when something is someone's property, it's really clearly marked in red, so you instinctively don't take it. The red labelling on it makes it very clear that what you're doing is going to annoy somebody. Whereas here, so far, there's been stuff in people's houses which I've apparently been free to take, and stuff in people's houses which apparently will cause everyone to try and kill me. And I haven't yet noticed the difference. Like, I can pick all these... I mean, I guess picking flowers is fine. Oh. Okay, it warned me that time.
Are you here to spy or haggle?
Oh, it's Jay off. Oh, no, Jay. Yeah, yeah, probably. Because, if you're still there. Right, so what was I was doing?
I'd like you to craft something for me.
I'm going to try and craft these swords again. So I know I'm going to have to sell some stuff. Don't need these saddles, do I? Oh, it's quite valuable. Oh, what's this? Gold ring. Magic? How is that magic? I don't think that is correct use of the word magic. Having just said it was good that the one with the suffix. Never mind. Never mind. Oh no, I might actually have enough now because right. So I've got a. I could. Oh, hang on. So I could junk that into a silver ingot for 10, or sell it for 50. And a silver ingot must cost around 50, right? Because yeah, I could buy because a silver. I'd have to buy 5 silver. No, buy 10 silver. I have 5, but normally I'd have to buy 10, and they're 5 each. So a silver ingot costs 50 to buy. That's razor fine. Is it? Does it want me doing that level of analysis every time? That's kind of irritating. I don't know. And the silver teapot is worth... So, okay, so they are literally worth their weight in silver. Like, a silver ingot is half a silver bar. But then it costs money to get access to them. So in theory, I could sell the silver teapot and buy a silver ore. It's just that the vendor happens to not have those things. Oh, that's weird. That is so weird. I feel like disassembling should be balanced to be better. Am I mad there? But it's balanced to be slightly worse. It's just that the vendor doesn't have this. I mean, okay, no, I guess that's a sensible way to set up the economy. There just aren't enough silver. So I have to pay to have my item disassembled to get enough stuff to make the thing. That intrigues me so much. Oh wait, what? This one can be dismantled for 3. Those other ones must have had some qualifier applied to them that made them incredibly bad to disassemble. The vendor would sell it higher. You might be right. I don't think so, though. It seemed like it was 5 silver. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. This is confusing me. Right, anyway, sorry, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be crafting. Right, how am I doing? Right, so I need one of those. And then craft. And then I need one of those. And then craft. Nice. Sweet. Oh, there's another thingy here. What's this? That's a level 13 item. Right, okay. I'll be making one of those anytime soon then. But weirdly easy to craft. Just happens to have a massively high level requirement. How strange. Something called a Velen longsword. Did I start? Yeah, I started with the ability to make that, didn't I? Zericarian powder. Right, okay. Am I done? I think I'm done. Oh, I should buy this, right? These were all runestone patterns. Yeah, I don't want those, but I do want this. There we go. I'm being super cautious with the inventory now.
So long.
Okay, so now I can equip these sweet new weapons. Good. I'm excited. Do they look any different? Can't really tell. %5 bonus experience? Whoa. Okay, right, that is definitely a good place to stop. No, I don't want to. I don't want to start another thing. I know you're excited to leave White Orchard, but I will, if I have time. I will like clear out the remaining question marks in my lunch break, so I'm ready, and I'll go stand next to the dude, so I'm ready to do it. But otherwise, I think I need to get to bed because it's late. I still haven't done the. I cannot save my game. Why can't I save my game? Okay. Cool. All right. Oh. Oh. Good night. Oh, does it just pause on that screen? Weird. All right. Good night, everybody. Yeah, I'll have to see whether I'm free tomorrow evening or not. Otherwise, I will have to come back to this in like a week's time. Good night, everybody.